Hello, and welcome to the second talk with Trial International. This conversation is part of a series of short talks on human rights to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Trial International. My name is Martijn Burgers, co-chair of the AIJA Human Rights Committee. And today I have the pleasure to speak with Elsa Takei, Senior Legal Advisor at Trial International. Good morning, Elsa.
Hi, Martin.
It's good to have you. You've been working with Trial International for about 6 years, right? There are many human rights NGOs active. Why have you joined Trial International specifically?
Yeah, time flies. I started in 2015 with Trial because I wanted to pick an organization that worked in active conflict zones. I wanted to work in international justice as a lawyer, but I wanted a place where I could have a more direct impact on current mass atrocities and work on those cases. So that's why I also went to the field and was based in Congo for the past 3 years rather than being in Geneva at headquarters.
Thank you. Could you please explain to us how a legal assistance, how a case, how that works, and what's the impact that Trial International is achieving?
Well, yeah, so we do mostly two things. We first represent victims before jurisdiction. We represent the victims in legal cases of war crimes and crimes against humanity and genocide. So we investigate, we document, usually on the ground, and then we file cases representing the victims free of charge. And then a second angle we're trying to push for is strengthening the local capacities of the actors we're working with on those cases locally. So national prosecutors, judges, lawyers, we train them and we mentor them throughout the whole case so then they can keep that expertise and those tools moving forward and working on other cases in the future.
Super interesting. I can imagine it's also challenging for you to move a case forward. And how do you deal with that in your fight for justice?
Yeah, well, it's not easy all the time. It's definitely the worst things that humankind can possibly do. So sometimes it's difficult to work on those cases. But I guess seeing a military commander or a warlord being in court, in jail, and facing justice for his action is quite powerful. And that gives every time a new motivation. But yeah, for one win, you get dozens of step backs because it's very difficult and complex cases. So it's definitely challenging and frustrating at times.
Mm-hmm. Last question for me. How is it possible to help and get involved with Trial International?
Yeah. Well, it's easy. You can become a member or just donate to Trial International. We're a foundation, so that's definitely one way to help us. Companies or individual can become a member. It's quite open membership, and then you can participate and be there at the General Assembly and know more about what we're doing. But then as lawyers specifically, I think you can have quite a more direct impact and help us a bit more directly. For example, with our Ukraine initiative, we're looking at filing in multiple jurisdictions, legal complaints. And so we're going to look at partnering with local lawyers in those jurisdictions. So that could be one way to help. We also sometimes don't think of all the other angles, but the financial angle, tracing assets, for example, or doing some procedural legal research, that can be useful as well for us.
Thank you, Elsa. It's not only food for thought, I guess, but also an inspiration for us to take action. It would be so nice if we would be able to support Trial International in its 20th anniversary this year together. So thank you again, Elsa, for your time today, and see you next time with another talk on the impact of Trial International.